Hello, 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 everybody. I am just hopping on to talk to you guys for a little bit and kind of do an impromptu thing. Super excited because I have some things coming up and I just wanted to share some of the different information with you guys. And I am at Basecamp today. Can't talk. So I just thought that this was a great time for me to kind of just like walk you all through some of the stuff that's going on and also let you know what I've got coming up on the channel this week, kind of the rest of the week. So, hi guys. Again, I'm at Basecamp. And so I'm here doing some stuff and waiting on some things before I hit the road. So I just kind of wanted to chit chat a little bit. Hello, Julia. How are you? Hi, Johnny. It was great to see your live last night. I was able to hop on for just a little while. Oh, it's Colleen and Kyle. Hi, guys. Hello, Sheila in Florida. And also to Chelsea. Hi. So kind of what I've got going on right now is I have been planning for my next adventures. And in doing so, I have some cool stuff coming up. Now, if you're on my Patreon, you've already kind of seen my game plan, where I kind of went through all the different things that I'm interested in doing kind of on my next trip. But I have picked a direction to go in. I will be going up toward Missouri. I actually have one of you guys who sent me a long list of cool things to do, and I really liked some of the things, and then I added to it, and so I'm going to be going up that way, and I'm super excited. Hello, Insectosaurus! I am so glad that you guys are all together. A lot of people have been asking me if I'm going to make it up to the meetup, and I'm not. Unfortunately, I can't leave out just yet, but you guys have to have extra fun for me, okay? But yeah, I just wanted to kind of let you guys know that that's what's coming up. I am going to Missouri. I have tons of cool things that I've got planned and a very long list. Now, again, I can't leave yet. I'm still working on a few things here at Basecamp when it comes to my van. I mentioned in my last video that I actually had a shelf that broke while I was on my last leg of my last trip, so I'm having to replace that one. And then I have a couple other little pet projects that I really wanted to do while I'm here. I had a few things that I wanted to replace on the van. So a lot of you, if you've watched my videos before, you kind of know that whenever I went to Vanarchy last fall, I hit this big, like, it wasn't really a pothole, it was more like a sinkhole, and it shot my hubcap off into the distance and I never found it again. So I ended up taking all of them off finally and just removing them. And whenever I did that, it looked kind of cool. I liked it. It was black instead of the silver. It was fun. And so because I knew I was going to be going out to the desert, I didn't want to order something and then have it come in. And then if it didn't work out, me have to then deal with this huge package in the van until I could find a drop-off point. So I decided just to wait. And finally, I made it back to Basecamp, so we're here. And I put in my order for my new hubcaps. So I'm waiting on those to arrive so I can put those on the van. Now, a lot of you guys asked me about my roof rack whenever I put it on, why I didn't do a video. And so I'm sorry about that still. I had some help from my dad. We got really involved in the project, and I just didn't, and I don't know why. So anything that I'm doing currently, I'm making sure that I am filming so that you guys can see, first of all, what it looks like. Secondly, if it is easier or if it's hard to do, and that way it kind of gives you guys an idea if it's something you want to do. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Sheila. I am super excited. I have some really great things kind of on the agenda ahead. In the meantime, though, I'm still adding to that list because that's just kind of what I do. Hello from San Antonio. Hello, fellow Texan. What's up? Again, this is just kind of an impromptu little chit chat. So kind of doing like 10 different things all at once. I just finished filming a video that will be out. I'm hoping it will be out tomorrow. If it does not upload, because my internet has been being weird, it will be up Saturday. I will still have a video tomorrow no matter what. But this one is about what happened here this week. That was so scary. A lot of people who are newer to the channel don't know kind of where Basecamp is. It's in the North Central Texas area. And 2 days ago, we had a tornado. Good times. So I wanted to make sure that I shared, first of all, the overall feeling of what that was like, but also I wanted to kind of think outside of the box and talk about what would happen if I would have been in my van instead. And also kind of to consult people who actually are in the know as to what you should do in those cases. So I kind of put together a video to share that because when traveling, especially right now, because the weather is so unpredictable, I think it's very important that we know what to do in those instances. Oh, thank you so much. Betty, we had such a good time. Now, Riley's base camp area is the Vegas area, so it made it super easy for us to do that. And I really, really loved that. But I always love a good trip in Vegas anyway. It's super fun there. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm going to grab my water and you can look at my stuff. I thought I was prepared. I was not. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my goodness, there's so many other Texans in here. Nice. Hi, Cindy. Let's see. We have somebody in here from Jersey. Okay, so you were in the San Antonio area, but you're from Jersey. Cool. Very, very cool. Let's see. We have San Diego in the house. Now, Norman, I wanted to go to San Diego whenever I was in LA. I really, really did. I woke up the morning that I did and the weather was overcast and just kind of put a damper on how I felt. So I made a judgment call to go back toward base camp slowly. And so ended up doing that instead. So now I have to go back out to San Diego to enjoy it a bit. I love it out there. Hello, 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 nomads. Yes. Yeah, so let's talk about a couple of other things that I've got going on. I have, you might have seen it. Oh my goodness, you might have seen it. This week I got to make my big announcement that I've been waiting to make for a while about Mountain House. Now, if you are a person who's been on my channel since the beginning, you know that especially whenever I was tent camping, Mountain House was like my everyday way of life. There was nothing better than to hike all day, and then when I get to my campsite, set up my tent, I just heat up my water, make my mountain house, and have something delicious. And then over time, I found also that in areas where it was harder for me to just stop and cook, I could go to Starbucks and get a boiling water, and I could make my mountain house that way too, which was kind of fun. But now I'm actually going to be an ambassador for them for the full year. I'm super excited because they do a lot of really cool things outside of just the really good food. One of the things that they do is they go to a lot of the outdoor shows, a lot of the bigger van events, things like that. They set up, they talk about nutrition on the road and how having your supplies with you is important. And they give you demos of how easy it is to cook them. And they participate in a lot of charitable things as well, which is why I wanted to work with them and be a partner, because I think that that is right up my alley. I think that a lot of the things that they do when it comes to the educational side that isn't necessarily in the forefront because they are a brand deserves a little bit more like attention. They do some cool stuff. So I'm super excited about that. So that will be something I will be sharing more about very soon. Until then, though, I just wanted to kind of make the announcement, let the cat out of the bag of why I've been just kind of over here doing little spirit fingers. Also, again, I'm going to be doing some changes to my van. No big deal. Nothing major, just some things that are going to help me out along the way. I have, since I've been home at base camp here, been working on my taxes and then also my passport situation, trying to get that squared away because I think it's super important to get out and explore and be able to dip my little finger into Canada sometime sooner rather than later. So I'm trying to do that. And based on how that turns out, I will know what my plans are going to be very soon, which I think is forward progress. I've had a lot of people ask me about the O22. Not sure if I'm going to make it up that way yet for that event. Also, apparently there is an event that is being held in Colorado in Pagosa. That's another YouTuber's event that she's kind of doing. Lady Bugout has a get-together, I guess it's this weekend, in Missouri. So there's tons of stuff going on. The next van event that I know about, they're doing one in San Diego, I believe. And then right after that, they're doing one in Bisbee, Arizona. So Lots of stuff going on, guys. Lots of options for anybody who's interested in getting out and doing those kinds of things. Chelsea asked if there are any vegan offerings for Mountain House. I am not sure. I will look into that though. One of the things that I have noticed within the channel is because I personally am not vegan. A lot of times I just don't think to look about like at that kind of stuff. It's kind of like before I had met some of my friends that I know now that have certain dietary restrictions, I never considered some of those things. So now that I am kind of looking at them, I'm like, oh, there's this whole thing that probably should pay more attention to. Thank you so much. I'm super, super pumped about this. I really am. And I think the coolest part about the whole thing is that in doing this, I'm going to be able to talk more about the ingredients and why that I like certain things and how also that certain things are not necessarily designed for you to eat every single meal. And I like that. I like the geek out stuff. Let's see. What else do we have here? Everything just kind of jumped a little bit. Okay, we have hello from New Mexico. I was just all up in your state for a little bit there. I probably would have been there a little bit longer if I wouldn't have got swept away by the winds at the very end of my trip. It was just really, really windy. But yeah, I think that's some of the stuff. Let's see. We've gone over that. We've gone over. Oh, also, at the suggestion of one of you guys, whenever I put out my shower video, somebody suggested the shower caps that they also make that go along with the cleansing cloths. I have purchased some of those. I will be trying them out. I will be giving some feedback on them if I like them. And that way everybody can kind of know something else that might be a good option to add into their shower regimen. I like to always kind of follow up, especially if somebody has something kind of cool. So there's that. Oh my goodness, hello from the UK. Hi. Oh my goodness, Kimmy, thank you so much for the super sticker. Now, typically, I make cute little hand signals and stuff like that, but today I got props, guys. Still haven't put up the video things, but today we're going to do windshield wipers for super stickers. This is as a result of the recent rains here in Texas. Windshield wipers. Oh, here we go. And then we'll do the Richard Simmons version. Yes, there we go. Let's see. Am I going to gut it again? Yes, probably. That's my goal. They haven't released the date yet, so as long as it aligns with the other things that I'm already kind of lining up, then yes, I will be there. As for when the footage will be coming out, I have actually seen more recently on Instagram, that's the best place to follow the Gutted team. On Instagram, they actually had an announcement saying they were releasing a new website soon, and then also that they were going to release information about the upcoming event. And they're supposed to be releasing very soon where we'll be able to find the show. I'm really excited because I want to see what all this work is about. Of course, having been on the production end of many things, I know that a lot of times whenever you film, it is a process to get it all updated and edited. So with that, I know they've been working on that. And they've kind of been giving little like hints as to where it is along the way on their social media. So I would definitely follow them on Instagram if you can. Yes, straight out tears. For anybody who doesn't know, Kyle and Collie are in my little group text group. And whenever all of the storms went down the other day, I basically was just like, everybody, I may die. I wasn't necessarily being serious, but I wasn't not being serious either. And one of the things that I mentioned to them was there's still birds, so I know I'm okay. And then the birds went away, and then it got really bad really fast. So yeah, that was kind of my fun little tidbit for the day about that. Other than that, events that I may be going to this year, I may be going back to Vanarchy, and I may be going back to Lollapalooza. Again, it will all be kind of determined based on where they are, when they are, and if I am in that region at that time. Obviously, I would like to go to all of them. But if I am all the way up in Canada, we'll just say Canada. I'm not sure if I'm going to be in Canada, but we'll say Canada because it's really far away from where I am. If I'm in Canada and all of a sudden there's Lollapalooza here in Texas, I probably won't be able to make that one because that is a very long haul away. And the way that I move, even though I do move rapidly, I have squirrel syndrome. So as I'm trying to make a line, I'm also like, that's just me. So I would love to go to all of those events again. There are also a few other events that I have been seeing pop up that I don't know if they just didn't host them last year or if this is something that I had just missed them somehow, but there's tons of events going on this year. Let's see. Am I full-time van life? No, I am not. I'm about 75% of the year on the road. About 25% of the year, I come home for the holidays to see my family. And then I come home for short times like this whenever I do need to work on my van or do something. That way I'm not having to lug around a whole bunch of extra stuff in my van to do those kind of maintenance projects. For those who aren't familiar, my van is very tiny. It's an MV200. So it's one of the smallest vans that you can have. So it just does not make any sense for me to be hauling around a power saw. It just doesn't. So whenever I come home, if I do need to do something, there's a nice power saw that I can use here that's my dad's. Let's see. Congrats on Mountain House. Thank you so much. Hugs from a weirdo in Winnipeg. Nice. Yes. All of us weirdos are awesome. Let's see. Fuel prices are $1.97 a liter. Okay, so whenever converting the liters, it's because we do gallons. We're strange. We do inches, we do miles, and we do gallons. And I don't understand why we're the only ones that do these. But ours right now is, of course, sold by the gallon. And in my area, it actually came down a little bit. So I was able to get gas for $3.70 the other day. And I haven't looked since, but I know it hasn't gone back up. So it's somewhere between $3.70 and $3.90 in most places around me where I am in Texas. Now, that has gone down again. Before it was, I want to say whenever I first got back to Basecamp, it was at $3.99 and then it rolled over to $4.02 and then the next day is whenever they dropped it down. So I know that there's not any rhyme or reason to it and it's just a pain. But this is whenever we get to be very strategic with our travels and kind of think, okay, let's put a little money aside extra just in case they go crazy up there with those gas prices. Let's see. Oh, you have the Renault. Nice. So I was just watching something about this particular brand today, actually. That's kind of cool. Hello from New Zealand. Hello, hello, slow traveling dog. I hope that you are good. Let's see. Oh, thank you so much. I always like to find the story behind the locations. I enjoy the locations fully, but being able to share what makes them special and what makes them unique is really what drives me. And whenever I get to get into the comments, which by the way, I'm trying to catch up. I'm a little bit behind, but I'm trying. Whenever I get into the comments and I see people who are either saying, hey, I've been there and this is what I thought about it and I loved it, or hey, I'm going to put this on my list, that makes me so happy. Because all of these places are so amazing. And so I want as many people as can to experience them. And if they can't go there to experience them, I want my video to take them on an experience. That way they don't feel like they missed out. So that's why all the details are there. Oh my goodness, $6 in California. Ooh, see, whenever I left out of California, it was in there pretty decent. But that is a little bit higher than it was whenever I left on average. Let's see. Hope yours goes down. Me too. I mean, at the end of the day, I know that there are a lot of factors that go into this. For example, the war. That is going to always be an affecting thing. Every time that anybody goes to conflict in the entire world, it happens. Some of the other countries are spending $10 a gallon right now. So it's not just us, it's everywhere. But also there's a few other things that are a little bit more questionable that happen with our gas prices here. And I wish that they would get that under control because in the end, it's the consumer that is in pain, not the companies. Let's see. Yes, definitely. Okay, so I would love to be at the event. I know I won't be able to. I haven't received the packages I'm supposed to yet for me to do the projects I need to. Otherwise, I totally would. I'm going to be missing out. I'm going to be so sad. Like I said, anybody who is going to the event, I need you guys to have an extra good time for me. I need you to just like think of me, have a mental moment where you're like, okay, I'm going to move my hands around a lot and I'm going to be bunny for like 2.5 seconds and then just breathe and then carry on. um, $3.70 to $4. See, that's about average for us too, realistically. Even whenever I went to Fort Worth the other day, it was about that. And the city is a little bit higher than where it is right where I am. Oh, thank you so much. I have a couple of more cool ones from my trip before I got to Basecamp coming up, and one of them is super fun. I mean, both of them are super fun. One of them is something that I've wanted to go to for a very long time. If you're on my Instagram, you already saw that I posted a picture, but if you have seen the movie Biodome, I went to the real one. It was so neat. Of course, you guys have heard me say 1,000 times, my mom is a science teacher, so I like to go to sciencey places and then share that kind of information. So that was my original goal, was to be like, oh, I can share this with the kids. However, I got there and I was like, oh my goodness, this is a me kind of place. I want to just like be in this moment. And what was even more cool is that as you visit it, they actually have an audio tour that takes you from site to site. And the first stop where they talked about the people who lived in the biodome or the biosphere, they called them biospherians. And I was like, I get along with these people. They just created their own word. And I do that sometimes too. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Thank you for making the conversion, because I just realistically don't know where to even start with the conversion on these. That is ridiculous. $6.75 a gallon. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Let's see what else we have here. Love your channel from Northern Ireland. Oh, okay, so I found out a really great fact that made me want to go to Ireland even more. I was so excited to learn that Ireland does not have really anything that's too terrible. Like, for example, we have hundreds of poisonous snakes. You guys don't. We have hundreds of really bad spiders. You guys don't. And I was like, how have I not been here before? Oh my gosh. So yet another selling point for me to go to Ireland. Just saying. Hello, hello, hello. Corinth and Denton. Nice. You are right up the road from me. In fact, I was thinking about going to Denton like yesterday, and then the wind was just bad. Oxnard. Sweet. That's where the Cowboys used to do their training. I don't know if they still do. I can't remember. I have been so out of touch with sports as of late. Conroe, been there, love it. Irving. Okay, so I used to live in Irving. I actually lived in Irving for a very short amount of time, and then I was in Las Colinas for a short amount of time also. So back to back right there. So I know your hood. Just saying. Let's see. See, you don't have any bad bugs or animals. I know. I love it. Like, the more research that I was doing into Ireland, I was just like, I definitely need to go there at some point. This checks all the boxes. No poisonous snakes, no terrible bugs, beautiful locations, amazing, cool people. I need to go. And then I was like, and the history. Now, could you imagine me going to Ireland? First of all, let's just use my channel as it is as an example. If I were to go to Ireland, first of all, squirrel syndrome would be like everywhere. And then I would probably get stuck in some deep dive of some really cool story from like the beginning of time in Ireland. It would be so fun. Let's see. Oh my goodness. And we have Norway in the house too. We are just full on the United Nations today. Like, this is awesome. I love this. I love that there are so many different people that come and they participate in the cool stuff that we find along the way. So thank you guys for being a part of the channel. Let's see, San Antonio, Texas. Yes, I have been there actually. So I've been there a few times. The last time that I was there, I went with my mom, and we did kind of like a big like loop trip. We went to SeaWorld, we went to the Riverwalk. It was whenever all the crazy stuff was going on and they had the entire downtown boarded up. It was wild. It was so weird. And they had patrol people sitting outside of the Alamo, like not the normal ones that are normally there to be like, hey, be careful. No, like full on armed blocking the whole street. It was strange. So I haven't been back since. I need to go back. I just haven't yet. So that's on my list of Texas places that I still need to go and do some more justice with some videos. um, so about this, my family was actually right in the area of the storms. I was fortunate in that our particular property did not sustain any damage. We missed the vast majority of the really bad stuff here at our property. But just to kind of give you an illustration, my mom is a school teacher. She comes home from school every day. She takes one of two roads to get here. She happened to be taking one of those roads. She was trying to get here before the storm hit because she felt safer being at home than she did at school. And in the midst of this, she made it down the road. Not even 5 minutes later, that is where the storm actually hit. Talk about thankful that nothing happened. So, yes, now there are several people in our area who lost everything that they have. There are also several people in our area who lost a lot of what they have. There are some that just sustained some damages. I think that the moral of the story with the tornadoes is you never know what's actually going to happen or what kind of mind a storm is going to have. And that's really scary. One of the neighboring communities, they lost their school. And that, if you see the pictures, it's just, you know that that's going to affect their small community in a very, very big way. So my thoughts are with everyone still. And I've been kind of scrolling through the Facebook posts and seeing different people and the community outreach that's going on. And it's really heartwarming to see how the community stands together during times like this. But I, again, was fortunate that we did not have any kind of really bad stuff. It was kind of iffy for a little bit. And in fact, I have a video where you will see a portion of that on my experience. And then also the thought that that inspired with me about what would have happened if I would have been in my van, because it would have been a very different scenario. So I want to kind of have a good conversation in the comments on that one. So whenever you guys see that one come out, it'll either be tomorrow or it will be Saturday's video. So just chime in with your thoughts, and then also if you've ever experienced anything like this before. So yeah, there's that. Let's see. Your channel would like to thank you. Lots of ghosts. What else do we have? Hard to Wild Camp in the UK. Apparently it's illegal. So I watch a channel. It is Life is Too Short. That's what their official channel name is. And they're from the UK, and they do a lot of wild camping. And he used to be a police officer. So one of the things that I've noticed from him is he does address occasionally some of the technicalities of wild camping and also where you can and can't stay. So if you don't watch them already, please do, because he has some great feedback on UK specific locations. Let's see. Hello from West Virginia. I'm assuming that is West Virginia. We are going with it being West Virginia. Another person from San Antonio. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, West Virginia. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oklahoma City. Yes. So Oklahoma City, I've been to numerous times. I have a few videos in my library about the locations there. I always love going up. I noticed that at the botanical gardens there, they've been doing some super cool things. And I want to go back as soon as they reopen the main center, but also just to catch some of the outdoor things that they've added. It looks so fabulous. Oh, goodness. Got some wicked hailstorm pictures. See, it was bad. And I think the worst part about it is areas that never get hit by those kind of storms in Texas got hit by those storms. I think that that goes to the larger narrative of what's happening currently in the world, though, with the weather. Our weather has been weird. And I've noticed in the past 5 years of me traveling, the weather has shifted, not just in one area, like in many, many areas. And it's not cool. Like, there's areas that are typically very dry. They're very not anything going on too much. And this year they have been wet and windy. And it's like, why? And then there's areas that normally, like for example, last year with Texas, we normally don't get that cold. And then last year, the whole state froze. Like, what? And then right now, we're having all the tornadoes dropping lower and lower into the state. They said that some of those systems were even coming up through the bottom part of Mexico, and that part never sees those. So It's very unpredictable these days. Let's see what else we have here. Yes, I saw a couple of people who had their vans destroyed. I've been watching a lot of people on social media that I follow on different various medias, and there were a couple people who had their vans completely destroyed. There was another girl actually before the tornadoes. She was in the Moab area. It's a girl I met at Gutted. Her information is Kaylin and Benny, and she was driving and she hit a freak snowstorm, and in the snowstorm she rolled her van and it was a total loss. I think there's been a lot of people who have been losing their rigs lately, and that's super super sad. um Nomadic Nanny, you can definitely go to Ireland with me. Yes, I think we would have so much fun. Okay, guys, I am going to call it a wrap for right now. I've been on here about 30 minutes. I just wanted to drop in and kind of give you guys an idea. I'm sorry it's kind of abrupt, but I have something that I just heard go off outside that I have to go and get. I'm hoping it is a dinger for a delivery. We shall see. We shall see.